Hello, hello, my beautiful pink sisters. How are you today? Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Marcia Jackson, and I am a thriver. 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic advanced breast cancer, and today I am cancer free. Yay! Now, I want to talk to you about taking your power back. Yes, we as women, we sometimes tends to give our power over to other people, including the healthcare system. Now, I remember when I first got diagnosed, within 2 weeks, they wanted to start chemotherapy. I think it was even less than that. They wanted to start chemotherapy. Then after that, I was going to do surgery and radiation and all that good stuff. And I was like, this doesn't sit right with me. I need some time to kind of figure everything out. Now, there, luckily for me, I did not give my power away and allow my medical team just to do whatever they wanted to do. And whatever they suggested, I was going to just do it like that. Luckily for me, because later on, I found out that that was not the best option for me. Um, Chemotherapy, radiation, and surgery wouldn't have worked for me because the cancer had spread so far gone. I had gotten a second and a third opinion. And my second and third opinion team told me the same thing. Because the cancer was so far gone in my body, doing chemotherapy wouldn't have helped me. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank God I listened to my inner spirit. And so I just want to encourage you, ladies, when you get a diagnosis, and it could be whatever, it doesn't have to be cancer, whatever diagnosis you get, you may want to try to get another opinion. You may want to not just take the first word of what the doctor said and just go run with that. Because as incredible and as wonderful as doctors are, they're not always right. And a lot of times they're practicing on us. And, in my opinion, the doctor can't heal us. The healing process comes from within. Yes, the doctor can treat the symptoms, but when it comes to healing, that's uh, that's an inside job. And we have to become the CEO of our health. We have to treat it as a business. I look at my healthcare team as my advisories. They advise me, they think they're telling me what to do, but no, they're advising me and what I should do. I take that information, I research it, and I decide whether or not that's the best thing for me. There are so many situations that I can go through of my medical team, even with the second opinion doctor, things that they're telling me that I should do. And I was like, no, that doesn't look right for me. That's not going to serve me. And I just want to encourage you. You get a cancer diagnosis, you don't necessarily have to run and jump into treatment right away. You want to process what's going on. You want to research what's going on. I was reading a book about cancer, becoming cancer free. And in the book, it says that cancer takes about 7 years before you can see it on an MRI or on a PET scan. 7 years to develop before you can see it. Now, what that tells me, if cancer takes 7 years for you to be able to see it, that means you have time to figure out what it is you need to do for yourself. Now, I'm not saying that if you have a situation where, you may have something like colon cancer and then the cancer tumor is so big, it's blocking your colon and you can't use the bathroom and is building up toxic in your body. I'm not saying that. Then that's an emergency situation and you may need to get surgery right away and, while you're healing yourself. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you have cancer, diagnosed at stage 1, 2, 3, whatever, even stage 4, like myself, but it's not causing a threat right away. You may have time to figure out what's going on. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm just giving you my opinion. This is just my opinion. You may have time to figure out what is going on, study cancer, figure out how cancer works, and then figure out the best thing for you. Get a second, a third, a fourth opinion. Find out about other treatment that they may have. It's not always just the chemo, radiation, and surgery. There's other things that you can do to kill the cancer cells. I am a proven fact of that. You're looking at a woman that was diagnosed with stage 4 advanced metastatic breast cancer, where the cancer was protruding out of my breast. It was literally coming out of my breast, where you can see the discharge and you can smell the odor because it was coming out of my breast. Today, I am cancer free. 2 years later, I am cancer free, no cancer in my body, and I never did the traditional chemotherapy, radiation, or surgery. I did take a pill called Xeloda to slow down the cancer cell while I was working on building up my body, while I was working on creating an environment in my body where cancer couldn't live. I took about 6 months to study cancer and to figure out how I can help myself. I also hired a health coach who herself um, had stage 4 cancer in 2008, and today, 2025, she's still cancer free. And I got all my information from her while I was researching and studying and understanding the science behind healing, understanding the science of cancer and how cancer works, and creating an environment where in my body where cancer cannot stay. When you think about how powerful that is, if you know how cancer works and you create your body opposite of what cancer like, there's no choice but the cancer to die. There's no other choice. It's just science. It's just the law. And that's what I did. Now, not saying that if you're going through the traditional treatment, the chemotherapy and all that for you to stop that. That's not what I'm saying. While you're doing your chemo, you can still do things holistically to help your body. So this way the chemo can work better for you and less side effects. The pill that I was on, they told me that that pill would cause um, a lot of the side effects that traditional chemotherapy would do, and I did not have any symptoms at all because I created a environment in my body so I wouldn't have any symptoms. I made sure my body was clean with the things that I'm eating, with the things that I'm nourishing my body with. So I approach it in a holistic way, make sure my mind, first of all, was right, my body, my soul, everything. And that's how I was able to help myself. So a lot of times we give cancer this big credit. Oh, cancer. Oh, and we think of it as this big monster. I'm not saying cancer is not serious. Yes, it is serious and go untreated. It will take you out. I'm not that. So please don't take this the wrong way. What I'm saying is we don't have to give cancer this big name as if it is so giant. Cancer, in my opinion, is just the symptoms that there's a lot of things wrong inside your body, and it's a symptoms. And cancer is not trying to kill you per se, because when you think about it, if you die, the cancer dies with it. So it's for me, getting diagnosed with cancer was a wake-up call that I need to be serious with my health. And I took it and I found out everything that was wrong with me. And I have a list of things and I tackle them one at a time. My immune system, my gut, was the biggest thing because in your gut, your is about 70% of your immune system. So I focused on how to build my immune system up, the things I need to do to build my immune system up so my body can fight the cancer, so my body can survive, so my body can and heal itself. I heard this, I think it was from Barbara O'Neill, that the body can and will heal itself, providing that we give it the right condition. Ladies, our bodies are incredible. It is a fighting machine. It can heal itself, but we just have to know what to do and how to give it the right thing so it can be strong enough to heal. When you think about it, if you get a cut within a couple of days, it start healing itself. You pull your teeth, it start healing. So our body can heal itself. So we just have to be mindful. We have to take our power back. Like I said, doctors are great. I will be the first one up in an emergency room if I have a serious emergency. But trying to heal from cancer, I'm not going to no emergency room. I'm not going to no doctors like that. I'll go to the doctor for them to tell me what's going on, but I'm not going to leave the healing process up to them. I will listen to what they're telling me, research it, and see if it makes sense. I'll give you an example. My oncologist wanted me to do an injection because the cancer was in my bones. But when I look at all the side effects of that injection that I would be getting once a month, and that I would have to be on that injection for life because you can't stop it. And I'm like, no, 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 no. Let me find out what I need to do to strengthen my bones holistically and not do that injection. And I thank God that I did that because there's no cancer in my bodies, and I would still been on an injection that has tons and tons of side effects. One of the side effects, it could mess up your jaw. If you have any dental work needs to be done, it'll mess you up. And I just had dental work done that I needed to have. So just be mindful. Be mindful. I'm not saying if you have an emergency situation where the cancer is posing a threat to take your life out now, I'm not saying don't do what you need to do. I'm saying you have time. You have time to figure out the best thing to do for you. In most cases, you have time. And take your power back. As women, we tend to give our power away. And just because a person is in a white coat doesn't mean that person know the best thing for you. Remember, they are treating you from a book. A lot of times they don't even know who you are. If they see you in the supermarket the next day, they probably wouldn't even know your name. So they treating your symptoms based on a book that they learn in medical school and not you as a person and as an individual. So you and the next patient before and the next patient after that have the same type of cancer is getting the same type of treatment versus finding out who the root cause of what's going on and treating you as the individual person that you are. So, just be mindful, ladies. Be mindful. You have to be the CEO of your health. Healing is an inside job. We cannot leave the healing process up to our physician. We have to take control. When you get diagnosed with cancer, nothing else is more important than taking care of yourself. So if you have to spend night and day, and for me, if you have to take a leave of absence from your job, which that's exactly what I did. I took a leave of absence from my job to spend all my time learning about this. And I'm not saying you spend your time worrying about the cancer, focusing on the cancer per se. You're spending your time on the healing part of it, on how to get your body well. That's what I'm saying. So, ladies, just please take your power back. You become the CEO of your health. Don't allow cancer to scare you to death, literally. Cancer is serious, but it's not that big. I'm a proven fact. You're looking at a woman who was diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic advanced breast cancer, where the cancer was all over my body, to the point where the doctors told me that there's no option for me. The only thing that they could do is treat it, is prolong my life. This was 2 years ago. Today, there's no activity of cancer in my body, no cancer in my body. Now, my oncologist will never tell me that I'm cured. They'll never tell me that in remission, but I have no cancer in my body. So for me, I'm going to tell you I'm cured. And what I am doing now, even though I have no cancer in my body, I am still living the lifestyle where when I was trying to get rid of the cancer, just to make sure it doesn't come back, I am still living that lifestyle where I'm making sure that my body have the environment where cancer does not want to be. Now, I'm going to give you this example, this metaphor. I like to do metaphor. Say if you have your house and you have a house guest and you're trying to get rid of that house guest, right? Would you try to make your house guests as comfortable as possible? No. You would try to make that guest uncomfortable. You may do things that you know that guest doesn't like. So that person could say, you know what, let me get up out of here. This place is not comfortable for me. Let me get up out of here. That's what I did with the cancer. I made my body so uncomfortable where cancer did not want to live and drive the cancer away. There's so many things that we can do to get our body together as a cancer patient, a person who's living with cancer. There are many things that you can do to get your body right, where cancer does not want to live. Now, I'm just going to stop there, but if like I said, I'm not a doctor, but if you want to get some information about some of the things that I did um, to become cancer free. Okay. Never did the chemotherapy, never did the surgery. They wanted to cut my breast off, never did the radiation. They wanted to burn me up. So they wanted to poison me with the chemotherapy, butcher me with the surgeon, and burn me up with the radiation. I refuse all three. And this is what stage 4 looks like. Okay. I am in the best shape of my life. I feel better than I did when I was in my 20s, and I'm 55 years old. I feel great. So I am not upset that I was diagnosed with cancer. I actually, I know this may sound strange as heck, but I'm grateful that I was. And I'm grateful at the time that I was diagnosed because I was able to change some things to make me now a very healthy person. I'm on no medication today, not even an aspirin. I don't do any medication. I have nothing bad to say about medication because if I need it, I will be the first one popping a pill. But I decided to get off that Xeloda because it doesn't serve me anymore, and just make sure that I'm doing the things to create a great environment in my body. So even if the cancer cell is trying to come back, it won't even stay there because my body, I'm building up my immune system, building up my body, making sure my body is alkaline, and making sure that I'm doing the things where I can be disease free. So, ladies, if you enjoy this content, please just take a moment and just press the like button and feel free to share it. Okay. Until next time, again, my name is Marcia Jackson and I am a Thriver.